Hello everybody, John here, and today onto the garage. You remember that our last video was showing you the various faults on Blue, the X358, and one of the major issues we identified was a coolant leak, but at first seemed to be coming out of a NACA duct underneath the vehicle and might have been a bit of spillage, but actually turned out to be a really badly repaired pipe that connects the coolant system to an auxiliary heater, and its damage is probably connected with the under tray damage that this car's suffered. So, a couple of days later.
Hello, so he joined us a couple of days later, and I now have the pipe. There's the code, anybody else is interested. With VAT and delivery, this did cost me £45. I mean, it's a bloody expensive piece of pipe, and obviously I could have formed one myself, but I did want this bit right, plus getting the angles and everything else without collapsing the pipe isn't the easiest. So one of those rare occasions where I throw caution to the wind and would rather spend loads than do it myself. So, oh, that isn't a bin anymore, I forget. Right, so there's my pipe. To do this job, a couple of hose clamps to minimise the amount of liquid coming out, but it's going to be messy. So, big tub. And also, you want a remote spring clip remover, just because access is so poor. If you've never seen one of these before, basically it's a Bowden cable or like a bicycle brake cable, and on the end of it is that, which means I can squeeze the ears on the spring clip and release them from remote. I've only got to be able to get that in, and on this end basically a pair of pliers to squeeze. It locks into position. You have to press that to undo it, so it'll hold the clip open. So quite a handy bit of kit. If you're doing anything on the water systems of your XK8, X358, Jags generally, then make sure you've got in some decent antifreeze and the right stuff. They basically, in the Jag, you tend to have either the red or orange fluids rather than the blue. You shouldn't be mixing them with other types, so get the right stuff. This one uses, there's the spec, Ford ESC M97B49A, sort of generic antifreeze, and it is the bright orange stuff, orangey pink. I'm practically colourblind, but yeah, don't use the blue, because if you've got any of the orangey pink stuff in there and it mixes with the blue, then it can gel up and cause all sorts of issues. I've took the under tray at the front fully off, so it's just easier for filming, if I'm honest, more than anything. So there's the situation. There's my repair, and since I've got better access, I can now see there's another repair, as in strap, that does nothing, further up as well. So somebody's put a lot of effort into bodging this. So let's get on and make this happen. There's a cable tie holding the pipe up here, so I'm just going to cut that first. So a clip for it in, there we go, it's out. Now my challenge is to try and put a hose clamp on above that one, Again, just to minimise fluid loss. I might have to abandon and just completely drain down the fluid. But if I can minimise it, that'd be good. So these things you just open them up, and when they're on, slide this down to grab the pipe. Right, that's one. That's the other. To at least slow the flow. Okay. Now, even with this remote clip remover, this is going to be a challenge. Got it. There we go. So that clip is now loose. So you can see I've got the clamp on the clip, which is now loose. And there's this repair from the pipe, which is nothing to do with anything. If I lose these two clips, I'll be able to slide that clip down and be able to get at the rubber pipe a bit better to pull it off swiftly and cleanly. And then this one. There we go. Now I can slide the remote clip puller down like so. Unfortunately, this repair bit of pipe is obviously bigger than the original. So, right, wriggle on to get it out. Okay, now ready to pull this off. Then I'm going to undo this clip and replace the metal pipe live, so to speak. Right, wish me luck, everybody. Here we go. Get this one off and then I can swivel it. Ooh. Okay, finally. Well, the hose clamp on top doing a much better job than I thought. The other one, not so. Yay! She's out. One manky pipe removed. Whew. Okay, so I've had a look at the clip. I have got some new ones, but if I'm honest, they're not the same gauge as this. They're the same diameter, but this is tougher. So I'm going to reuse this clip. I'm going to spray the inside with WD-40, just so it slides around the tube better and will grip it harder. And now what we're going to do is slide the clip over the tube, put the tube back into the pipe. So actually going up in there like that. I'm not sure how well you're going to see, but I try. Obviously you can use other sorts of clips if you like. Jubilee clips are great in that they've got usually a pretty infinite range of adjustment, but they're not much used for air or water holding service by manufacturers, because as the pipe sort of ages, loses some of its springiness, it sort of pulls away from the Jubilee clip and leaves it loose, whereas these things are constantly applying spring pressure and so never really get loose. You could also use what they call eared fasteners or ear clips, where you basically crimp them on. But imagine trying to do this pipe in this location. That's why you use spring clips. And this little struggle I'm doing now is probably why the previous owner was prepared to bodge it so badly, or had it bodged so badly. It's just such an awkward little bugger. No excuse really, I mean, what was on there was not good enough. It was never going to stop the leak, it's just going to slow it. Crikey. Right. Clip back on. And this time, the ears will be positioned where I want them, so it should be a lot easier. If anybody's wondering, that's not my dog in the background. If it was, I'd go and have a little word. Because whatever he's trying to tell me, I should have got the message, but I don't understand by now. Okay, release, and that's it. And I've left it so the ears are easy to get at if I needed to do it again. I'll try and give you a better view of this second one. Okay, so first of all, let's get the clip off the pipe. Squeeze it up. The plier part of my tool locks, so you can take that straight off. And I'm going to just spray a bit of WD on the inside so that it can slide around the pipe as it's tightening. Put him back on, in a position that suits me. That way round. Okay. Put the pipe together. Like so. Move the pipe clip to where you want it to clamp and just simply release the clamp. I'm a bit close to the end there. Shot off a bit on me. About there, I think. And it's this side of the bulge in the pipe, so I don't want it sitting on that. Cool. Now I can release this. Slide the little loop up. Now I just got to put back a couple of cable ties that I cut earlier. Difficult to do one-handed, and as I'm leaning on the other elbow, there you go. Mind you, I should not even whinge in the slightest. I was checking out a video the other day from a guy called Amazing Feet, and it just caught my eye. I wasn't looking for amazing feet. I'm not into that sort of thing. Because it was an XF oil change. I was just interested in how to avoid the drips on the oil filter. I thought I might find a tip. And the guy who was doing it, he's got no arms. He was doing all these jobs on his car just using his feet. Absolutely amazing. And to be fair, with the use of my hands and my feet to balance, I couldn't do anything with my feet. Really impressive. If you want to see something that will really put a different perspective on any challenging jobs you're doing, Amazing Feet, check it out. Well, look at that. Clean as a whistle. Good job completed. So here we are, about 10 minutes later. The car is coming up to temperature very, very slowly, it has to be said, but bear in mind this was leaking cold. And not a thing. Very pleased. Good job done. Anybody's interested, that little thing over there is the exhaust system for a fuel-fired heater inside the vehicle. So lots of interesting stuff to be examining in this vehicle. All I'm going to do now, I'll put the underbellies back on. So, hope you enjoyed this little video. Awkward rather than difficult in any way. Annoyingly expensive for that piece of pipe. But so far, you know, that's the most significant thing that's wrong with this vehicle. So, not too much of a problem. The fact that the under tray is damaged and the wheel arch is missing a chunk here is all connected. So, you know, this will have been damaged, or the metal pipe, sorry, will have been damaged when whatever rock flew up and broke this corner away, came up, it probably dented this and put a pinhole in it. So, if you like this, please subscribe. Loads more XK8 secrets coming up very soon. I've been sent in a lot by subscribers, so looking forward to sharing those with you and getting this going.